Was Jesus saying in Matthew chapter 19, verse 12 about celibacy? Robert Barron seems to think so. He imagines that Jesus and Paul were religious celibates, even though the historical Paul was likely a widower. Nevertheless, Barron thinks that Paul told his people that though he wouldn't impose celibacy on them, he would prefer that they remain as he is, which of course Barron wrongly thinks was the state of a celibate Western Catholic priest. Barron also imagines that Jesus was a celibate Western Catholic priest, in fact, the celibate Western Catholic priest. He proof texts Matthew chapter 19, verse 12, claiming that Jesus urged his disciples to make themselves eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom. In other words, eschew marriage and embrace celibate religious life. By the way, was Jesus single by choice? Or was he so lowly and of such shameful origins that other Nazareth families considered him to be a bastard, and thus never arranged his marriage with Mary, his mother, whom they disdained? Oblivious to these questions, Barron and others really think that they have strong scriptural support for their views on celibacy. Do they? Was Jesus' saying in Matthew chapter 19, verse 12 really about celibacy? No. In fact, if there was something like our concept of sin evolved with 2,000 years of theological freight back in first century Israel, the time of Jesus, it would have been celibacy. We have to ask, what is the context of Matthew chapter 19, verses 2 through 12? Answer, it concerned marriage and divorce and remarriage after divorce, not celibacy.
Some scholars have noted that the immediate fuller context of the saying, there are eunuchs who have made themselves eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of heaven, is a discussion about remarriage after divorce, and never was about celibacy. Never. The context of the saying is complex, and tearing that text out of its context is irresponsible. Interpreting the verse on its own out of context is impossible. You can all understand the English sentence, he hit it. But not a single one of you can interpret it. You don't know who he is, you don't know what it is, and you don't know what it means. You can understand it, but you can't interpret it. You need context.